Let's take a look at World Liberty Financial and see what's really going on with the price. Appreciate all the love from the WLFI community. So yeah, if you're looking across the board, WLFI coin is up right now about 5.5% over the last 24 hours, which I'm sure no one's really complaining about. But again, we need to take a look at the broader market. The broader market is actually feeling some love today. And again, as far as the weekend is concerned, it's very impressive price action, for a lot of these altcoins, considering, what we've been witnessing over the last, week and a half, almost 2 weeks to be exact. So let's take a closer look and see what's really happening with World Liberty Financial right now. As far as the price is concerned, we're currently sitting at about 14.1 cents, up about 5% in all comparatives, whether you care about the Bitcoin side, Ethereum, USD, it's up about 5% in all comparatives. Valuation is approaching $3.9 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 136 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So we want to be paying very close attention to the dominance. Obviously, you guys know every single update we do that. And I want you guys to focus on October 22nd, because that was where we broke above, the 60% mark. And, since then it has been on this decline, but still, having a hard time breaking below the 59.75%. Breaking below here, I think, opens the door for us to, push down to 59.69%. Most importantly, levels where we were prior to, this major uptick for the dominance, which is around the 59.5%. That's pretty much, the level I'd be looking out for, breaking below here. So that's something to be looking out for. And I think that could really have a very positive impact on altcoins, as long as, Bitcoin is not able to see, it lose stability as to, where it is right now. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, I did mention this in some of my fewer updates that I just posted right now. We're having a hard time to see Bitcoin breaking above $112,000. The $112,000 price point is not a new price point for the Crypto ZX channel. We've discussed this quite some time. That is a significant support, but as the price is trying to break towards the ups, and now that is treating as a resistance, and we can clearly see that the price of Bitcoin is having a hard time breaking out of that key range. But if we're able to break above that range and you close the daily candle going into Monday morning, that would be a very bullish start, just based off of that close itself. And I think that it is still possible, because we still have a full day left. I'll keep you guys covered, of course. But Bitcoin looking amazing, but you want to see the dominance pulling down against BTC, which it actually is doing right now. That is amazing to see. And I think altcoins could really see even bigger of a push going into this FOMC week coming up. So looking at World Liberty Financial, so remember we talked about how we saw this major uptick all the way up to the 15.5 cents price point. Since then, the price did not make its way back up to that key range. We did come down to 13.3 cents, but remember that sideways momentum, the support that we were talking to you guys about, that did held, and we would obviously expect that support to hold for us, when the price were to retrace a little bit. So a check mark for that. But since then, the price has been on this upward trend, and you can see for yourself, if you somehow was able to get in around the 13.4 cents, you're looking at an increase of about 8% over the last 24 hours, give or take. Yeah, so about an 8% move. Very, very nice. Look where you got stopped out, though. You can make this up, around 14.3 cents, and we do have some resistance around that key range, but breaking above here opens the door for us to revisit where we were just 2 days back. So I like the way World Liberty Financial is moving right now. It's holding really strongly. And of course, the target right now, the main target, if you were to ask me, is around the 16.1 cents, but we just cannot ignore some of these lower levels that are going to be coming in its way. But the 16 cents is a 15% move. So again, like I said, it's a significance for a reason. But I think, it is very, very possible for World Liberty Financial to get up to that key range much quicker than a lot of people are realizing, especially if Bitcoin is able to break above the 112K range, which is actually having a hard time doing so over the last 3 days almost. So that should tell you everything you need to know. But also the USD1 stablecoin, it's getting a lot of hype on the Solana ecosystem. So I think that can really have an impact, a positive impact on World Liberty Financial, because when USD1 gets talked, you do see people mentioning the WLFI ecosystem, which is very, very nice to see. But again, let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are on World Liberty Financial. What are your targets for the remainder of the year? And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button in the comments. And I'm sorry, hit the red subscribe button. And also let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Much love. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX. And